What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks back with another Moderna update video where we'll take a look at how Moderna stock traded today. Some news that I want to share with you guys about the company as well. And based on that, we'll kind of take a look at some support and resistance levels to get an idea of where the stock could be moving forward. So if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Moderna are. If you're in Moderna, whether you're holding or wanting to sell, I'd love to chat with you down in the comment section. So happy new year to all of you guys, first and foremost. Thank you for being a part of my 2020 YouTube channel. Thank you for the support you guys have shown me, and hopefully we continue to grow in 2021, and hopefully Moderna starts going up in 2021 as well. But let me hit record. We will get right into the video. So another red day for Moderna, down $6.66, which is almost 6%, down another 32 cents after hours, which is 0.31%. So another red day for Moderna. If I take this away, if we go to the daily chart, right, the trend continues. I can just stretch these lines out a little bit and we can see we're still trading in this downward channel. Reached a low of $102.66 today. I do have some news though, some updates on the company that I want to share with you guys that I think are kind of beneficial for those of you guys that are holding. So first and foremost, they finally published the results of the phase 3 trial in the New England Journal of Magazine. The vaccine efficacy of 94.1% against COVID-19. Again, that's really good for a vaccine, especially one that was developed this quickly. So great news there for the company. Nothing new per se, but the fact that it's published, I think is kind of good for the stock, because it gives the company kind of a little bit of a, hey, we're still doing this. We are publishing it now for anyone to see. So I think that's good news for the stock. And then the other thing I want to share with you guys is there's a company, Recipharm and Moderna, finalized their agreement for drug product manufacturing and fill finish for supply to coronavirus vaccine outside the US. This is good news for Moderna because it, I think, opens up the kind of parts of the world that they're able to supply to, now that they have someone willing to do a little bit of their kind of final product manufacturing and filling for countries outside the US. So I think this is great as well. And kind of based on that, right, outside the US, we have an order from the the government of the Republic of Korea, South Korea, basically. They confirmed an order of 40 million doses, of vaccine. So that's really good news for the company as well, because again, these doses are basically what is going to make Moderna's 2021 be the year to really look out for, right? So 40 million more doses. Remember that the US government has ordered 200, but they can order up to 500. So that could be potentially another 300 million doses as well. Now, we don't have 500 million people in the US, so I don't know if we're going to order the whole number, but they can order that. And on that topic, right, AstraZeneca has a vaccine as well, and they are probably going to seek approval soon. I believe it's in about a month or so, in probably February. So that could be, approved for use in the US as well, which I guess could be a little bit of bad news for the stock. So again, another red day for Moderna. We talked about this green day we had. We talked about this red day we had. That was a higher high, higher low. Well, now we made another lower high and lower low. We are not looking too good in terms of capturing this 55 EMA that I have talked about. That 55 EMA today was at 112.15. So if we go to the daily chart, what we'll see is the day started kind of nicely, right? It was a rapid ride up to kind of the mid 113s. We overtook that 55 EMA that I was wanting us to take over, but then kind of died down, came below this VWAP line, and then sold off, and it was just a straight line down, and then pushing up a little to close in the mid 104s. So what am I looking out for next in the stock? Well, first and foremost, we have to understand that what these tax loss rules are. So December 31st is the last day where if you sell a stock for a loss, you can offset that. You can offset any capital gains that you've had for the year. So let's say you've made $10,000 on Tesla or Apple or any of these companies, Zoom, for example, that has gone up tremendously this year, right? And you are losing $2,000 on Moderna. You can, if you sell Moderna, you can put that $2,000 loss against the $10,000 you're making in Tesla, effectively only taxing yourself on the $8,000. So that could be a reason why we saw a little bit of a selling pressure, especially considering that Moderna has dropped from the 170s to this level. So there could be people kind of locking in their losses, if you will, for tax purposes. Now, that doesn't necessarily explain this whole thing, but it could be a small reason why we see the sell-off kind of this week and especially today, since it was the last day. Just something to throw out there, right? Something to keep in mind. What am I looking out for now? Well, two things. The first one being this 89 EMA, right? So you guys that have followed me for a little bit, here are the EMAs that I look at. There's the 8, 21, 34, 55, and 89, which essentially on the daily chart, right? We're taking a look at the daily chart. So this 8 EMA takes a look at the previous 8 days moving average, but it's an exponential moving average, so it counts the more recent days a little bit higher than the previous days, right? Your normal moving average line does not do that. So what we've got now is the 55 EMAs over here at 112.15, which we briefly got over today, but could not sustain it, right? So now I'm watching this 89 EMA, which is at $100.41, which gives us a downside room of about $4 more. If it breaks this 89 EMA, to me, that's really, really bad news, especially considering how long it's been falling down. But I think on the other hand, if it can capture this 55 EMA, that would be really, really good news for the stock moving forward. Now, one thing that I will say is I think that this 100 level, right? Let me get rid of this indicator here. And I will, if I were to just draw, I'm going to draw a horizontal line for us right there, right? I personally think that this should act as a really nice level of support, because if we go back here, what we'll see is in this time frame when it was sort of approaching these levels, right? We saw a little bit of a resistance right there, and then a little bit of a support when it was kind of coming down, right? So following that same logic, if it can continue to do that, then I think between 100 and 101, we should hopefully see a little bit of a support. And also we've got this EMA coming in at $100.41. So that's the next level I'm watching if we continue to go down. But considering how long we have gone down, I would not be surprised if we see a little bit of consolidation happening around this 100 level, and then a push back up, and then we'll kind of talk about levels that we are looking out for. But for now, I am looking at, on the downside, first level is this 102.66 where we bounced today. Then I'm looking at this 101 level, which is kind of this 89 EMA with basically 101 to 100, like mid 100s, so 140s, 150s. On the downside. On the upside, I'm looking at this 55 EMA at 112, and then the high of today, which was 113.55, before we can go to the high of yesterday, which was $118. I am still long-term bullish on the company. If it does break through the 89 EMA though, and falls below $100, I'm going to have to reconsider my position. Now, my average cost after a little bit of addition that I was able to do this week is about 113, 114, around there. I'll have to double check. So I'm looking for the stock to get back into at least the mid 130s, 140s, which I'm hoping can happen by Q2 2021 because of all the positive news that I've shared about the stock. So $13 billion in coronavirus vaccines, not counting the ones that they're probably hopefully going to get, as well as, the other vaccine, the cancer therapeutics and cancer vaccines that they have coming as well. So that's the reason why I'm still kind of bullish on the company. That being said, if it starts to break this 89 EMA that I shared in the $100 mark, then I will have to reconsider my position. But until then, I am optimistic still. I know it's a little bit hard to be, right? But I am optimistic that this level will act as a decent level of support and we start to kind of consolidate and push up. What I'm really looking, I know I mentioned what I'm looking at on the upside, is for it to break above this line, right? So this line, as you can see, we get rid of this indicator here for a sec. This downtrending line on the top, as you can see, we hit up against it a couple times. I want the stock to really get out of this, whether that's going sideways or going upwards, really make a push towards its 145, which I do personally think can happen in Q1 2021. That's my opinion. Make sure you kind of have your own trade plan and follow it. That's my opinion, but I'm really hoping that this line we can break and kind of move, because that to me will be kind of a signal in the change of trend. So hopefully that helped some of you out. I know that we had another red day today. I'm hoping for a reversal at the $100 mark if we keep dropping. If not, I'll have to make another video on kind of what I'm doing. But hopefully we see some green days ahead now that the selling hopefully was related to kind of year-end stuff, if that hypothesis is true, and then we'll kind of see how 2021 goes. I'm long-term bullish on the company, at least through 2021. So I'm holding my stock. I'm really glad I sold my options yesterday for a loss, but a lower loss than I would have had if I were to hold it until today. So yeah, stuck to my trade plan there. But let me know down in the comment section how you guys are doing with Moderna, what your plans are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Happy New Year to you guys. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.